Alex Gladstein is the Chief Strategy Officer at the Human Rights Foundation, one of the organisations behind the initiative.
Sure. Well, at Human Rights Foundation, we've been working with North Koreans who've escaped their country since about 2009. So these individuals have escaped the world's most totalitarian regime through China, and they find their way through thousands of miles to a place like Thailand, Cambodia, or Mongolia, where they're able to make it to South Korea. And once they're there, some of these individuals create organizations where they have a need to focus on sending information back to their homeland.
And I'd imagine working with them, you've really understood that thirst for information.
Yes. Basically, most of them have a story about the first time they heard a radio broadcast, or they saw a leaflet from a balloon that they caught, or they snuck a sight of a video or a movie that their parents showed them while no one was watching.
Now, you're going to use USB sticks, which we've all used to download our favourite show or, carry information on ourselves. How's it going to work? How's this system, how are you going to get information to them through a USB stick? Well,
basically, in the last 10 years, flash drives have become a very popular way to share content in North Korea. The country has no internet. It's the most closed place on earth. There's no way for public citizens to access the World Wide Web. They can't even call their family and friends in the outside world on phones. It's completely sealed off. So we work with people who actually smuggle. First they started to do DVDs, and now flash drives are more popular. And these things are stuffed with everything from films to news to soap operas to K-pop to PDF to newspapers to even Korean language versions of Wikipedia. And they watch them on small portable DVD players, and today they're even getting into tablets.
What sort of information are you going to send? I can't imagine a couple of episodes of House of Cards is going to have much impact. How do you decide what will cut through?
Right. So once we give the empty drives to the groups that operate in South Korea, and most of them are based in Seoul, they run focus groups with other North Korean refugees. So they'll sit around and they'll watch a whole bunch of different kinds of movies and content, and they'll decide what's most affecting, what's most influential, what's most moving. So, for example, sometimes action films work really well. Schwarzenegger and DiCaprio were very, very popular in North Korea. Titanic is very moving to some people, and even The Hunger Games has rated highly. But most of the stuff that's sent in is Korean content. I don't want people to get the idea that this is some sort of Western way of pushing Western propaganda down people's throats. Most of this is North Koreans sending in Korean, South Korean content.
It is really trying to get them to open up their eyes to the fact that there is a world outside what they've been led to believe.
Absolutely. They've been raised from extremely young age to believe that Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il and his son Kim Jong-un are gods, and that essentially they created the world and made it the way it is, and that they are the luckiest people on earth. They're taught a song that's basically says, "There's nothing to envy. We are the luckiest people in the world." And when they start to watch these things, some defectors have compared them to taking the red pill in the Matrix, because they start questioning the reality and they start questioning their government.
You're going to have to affect large numbers of people, though, if you're hoping to affect any change, getting people to kind of rise up against the regime.
Right, and I think that's why, look, we've for years, HRF has supported organizations that are floating information in, that are using radio broadcasts, and that are, of course, are smuggling stuff over the border. Last year, refugee groups combined probably smuggled in about 7,500 flash drives in the year 2015. So far, in the last 6 weeks, we've collected 15,000 flash drives from, just the goodwill of people around the world. So we think we can make a serious impact and a serious difference here.
You'd have to be naive not to think that the North Korean government won't cotton on to what you're doing, though.
They know full well, and they've tried to stop it. They've tried to make the border tighter, but it's impossible. Their system is not a democracy built on rule of law. It's a dictatorship built on fear and distrust, and that breeds a lot of corruption. So all of the border guards, they make basically no money, and they are able to get bribed with cigarettes and liquor and cash, and this stuff just flows through. The border is extremely porous, and really, in the end, there's nothing the regime is going to be able to do to stop that.
Well, Alex, good luck with the campaign. At the end of the day, information can change the world. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.